Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is OhenebaJoan. It's been a while. I did Good Vibes with Jay and I just wanted to come up here and talk. I think the last time was the beginning of the year video that I did. It was about my word of the year, trust. It was about setting goals and things like that. How have you been doing so far? On this side, it's been okay. It's not been bad. School, everything is fine. I'm also following what I said, which is trying to write things down. And importantly, I feel one way you can break this your big goal down is to take things one day at a time. I think it's very easy when you try to do things one day at a time. So I did talk of writing your goal for what, 2 years time or in 5 years time, and this year as well. But then you could break that down into a daily goal. So then if it's a couple of hours you want to spend to do a particular thing, you write it down and you try to follow it. That is what I've been trying to do. For some reason everything still feels, I don't know, it just feels still all over the place. I think I've not gotten everything in place yet, but I would say the year so far, 2020, is going quite well, and I pray it goes or it follows that same path all the way to the end of the year. Okay, and I also wanted to talk about standards, guys. There's also a thing about setting standards. I believe in standards. I believe that everyone has to have his or her personal principles, or that line you rule, and it's like, okay, I can do all I want, or I can do some things, but I must not go below the standard. And sometimes I feel people around us or the world in general tries to make us look like, how would I put it? It's as if we're not supposed to have standards. It's as if we're supposed to roll with everything. But who says we're supposed to roll with everything? You can have your standards. I'm not saying, and people link having standards with being arrogant. People link having standards with being snobbish, or feeling like, how do I say, yeah, basically feeling high. But I don't think so. I absolutely don't think so. I feel it's like having your guidelines. Every individual has to have something they follow. You can't just live in the world and just flow with whatever goes on around you. I'm not for that. Absolutely. I can't see myself living just like that. I feel everybody has to have something they live by. And that is okay. It can depend on your faith, whatever. Yeah, it could also depend on your faith, your beliefs, etc. But everybody has their personal guidelines, and that is your standard that you live by, in my opinion. So I just came here to tell you that in achieving your goals, you set standards, right? You set those little you set the little goals or the daily goals. You set standards that you want to live by, and you shouldn't feel ashamed of your standards that you've set. You should be able to stand for your standards when you have to. You should be able to accept your decisions, accept that, okay, this is me, this is my standard. And I'm not saying that way we are not receptive, or we are not trying to accept correction or criticism. Yes, you can accept constructive criticism. Yes, you can accept correction from people around you, but yet still there should be that thing, that standard, that boundary, something that you've set for yourself in your life. Because not always will people tell you what is correct, if I'm making sense. In my opinion, people are not you. At the end of the whole ball game, it's you and yourself and your life, right? So you cannot just live anyhow. You cannot just accept anything that comes in. You have to know what comes in and what goes out, and you have to have a strong sieving system. You have to have a strong filter that is able to filter what is right and what is not right for the kind of life you want to live, if you get what I'm trying to say. There's nothing wrong with having standards at all. So that's just what I wanted to come and say. I want to know your opinions as well, if you have something to say about this, because yeah, it's just something I noticed, and I feel it's totally fine, and I think it's right. So if you don't even have standards you live by, I suggest you start thinking about it, because I feel it's very, very important. So yeah, that's it. I hope that wasn't too long. Own your standards, own your decisions. Create create your life. Create your life. God is there. I'm a Christian, so always when I talk, I refer to God. Um, we have God, right, who is gonna guide us, etc. But he also leaves us to make our own decisions. He also leaves us to know what is right for us. He leaves us to make decisions. Therefore, you should have standards and principles you live by. It's just that simple. So standards. I don't know if you wanna comment about this. If I've left something else, I'm open to even criticism, constructive criticism. And yeah, let me know. Okay, thank you. Oh, I forgot to say that I have this bracelet. It's from Ghana, and it was made by this company called Afromaniac. It's on Instagram, and she put my Oheneba there as well. So yeah, I like it because I like the neutral tone, because I don't like things that are so vibrant all the time. So I love this. So yeah, I'll put her handle down so that you follow her in case you want anything. Yeah, she's around. Okay, so thank you very much. Let's keep achieving. Remember to be the best version of yourself, and remember that I love you so much. Thank you. Bye.